No spoilers, just vibes. We just stepped out of the new Michael movie that's in theaters right now.
Yes.
And this is not a breakdown, guys. This is a first reaction. We're talking about impact. We're going to be talking about energy. And we're going to also address the question that always sparks debate. What Michael Jackson era really hits the hardest? Okay? This is vibe theory, where music, the moment, and the feeling always comes first. I'm your girl, L
Yes.
Boogie.
And I'm busy, everybody.
All right, so fresh out of the theater, no overthinking it. What was your first feeling walking out? Talk to me, Beezy.
Woo! Gonna be starting something.
I love it. I love it. Yo, that is gold.
What about you though? What Boogie? What about you?
Let me see. For me, I I just felt like this man, we just witnessed just a glimpse into really what really makes up Michael Jackson and why he is the king of pop to
Okay.
this day. And I just felt overwhelmed, but I kind of felt like I needed more, I needed more, I needed more, I needed more, wanted more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just loved what I saw. You shed a little tear. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ah, excitement. I'll put it like this. Just overall, and just through the entire thing, just felt overwhelmed that yeah, we got this, and I was
Okay.
able to see that on a big screen. So just felt
Same,
good.
same. I mean, I did feel shortchanged because I mean, I'm seeing footage all across the US where people dressing up. I go
Yeah,
to the theater, ain't nobody
we didn't
dressed
get none of
up.
that. We didn't get none of that.
Ain't nobody dancing in or out. I'm just like,
No.
dang.
Like, y'all should put up there what theater y'all went to to get that kind of reaction, because we didn't get it either, piece. We did
Apparently.
not get it
I
anyway. I'm
mean, I'm
telling
the
you.
only one dancing in my theater. I'm like, dang,
Yeah,
why
we were
the
just dancing on our own. That's about it. That's about it. Just dancing on our own. Like, what is going on? What's wrong with these people? Why did you guys come if you ain't gonna do it, be a part of it? I mean, I
that's
think
what
that
I'm
was
saying.
overall and part of the movie experience with this one here. You
Yeah.
know, the folks dressing out, this was like Wakanda 2.0, So yeah, I was
I
looking
like that.
forward to it.
I like
Yeah.
that.
This is an additional Wakanda, man. Wakanda. So what's going on? I wanted to see the cats DJing. Some places had DJ, some places had
Nice.
what folks on stage. I was like, God, where's that? What's theater did y'all go to?
Apparently, we
Put
went
it
to
in
the
the
wrong
comments.
one.
Yeah. Went to the
But
definitely
no.
wrong was. But what
Uh,
stuck with you emotionally, right? Right up to the end. What
well,
stuck with you throughout this movie?
honestly, I mean, and it'll be cliche for me saying this, but honestly, the music, the body of work, because I mean, for anyone who's followed Michael's story, and again, not giving any spoilers away, but for anyone who's followed Michael's story and to have made the music that he has made,
Mhm.
I mean, that's the part that stands out. And, to get to the chance to hear, bits and pieces here and there, even if it was just the instrumental of it, getting a chance to hear the music. I mean, I
Right.
stayed to the very end when the credits were
We're rolling up.
done and, the lights cut on. I was the only
Yeah.
one still there.
Oh,
Because I
wow. Oh,
mean,
wow.
to get a chance to hear all of that music, even though I own it, I have it all at
Right?
home
Exactly, exactly.
to
So
to just sit there and listen to, and the theater is absolutely empty. I
yeah.
not look, I let loose. I was dancing my butt off. But,
Okay.
to just hear the music and to hear it where it was from a live production. And
Absolutely.
I love that because again, you and I both, we love live music. And so I love hearing the live music and hearing Michael's voice because he had that rare talent. Uh,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
you heard it with every bit of his voice and the words, and so, for me, it was great to hear it, and most of all, what stood out for me, because again, it's my favorite all-time song,
Which one?
out of all the body of work, to hear the song "I Can't Help It,"
Oh, yeah.
that just made my day. That made my day.
Oh
So
my goodness.
that's where I'm just like, so that, if anything, that is just the part that really just resonates for me because that's really the part that stood out is the music.
Is the music.
And
Yep.
and that's what I love.
Yeah, exactly. So are you going off the wall smooth or are you going thriller, global, takeover, global icon? Which one? I've been
Give me off the wall all
okay, since you
day.
say off the wall, so being off the wall, what part of off the wall do you, I mean, because to me, off the wall was more like a laid back, smooth groove.
Yes.
You got iconic song, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Yep.
I mean, come on, rock with you. It's a
Yep.
lot that's going on this body of work, so
Yes.
it's
So
really, yeah.
I
Talk
mean,
to me, man.
off the wall, honestly, I look at music from a personality perspective.
Okay, okay,
I'm a laid back person naturally.
okay,
That's just me. Anybody who knows me, I'm laid back. I'm just
right.
carefree. Look, I don't just sit, I lean. That's me. I am a laid back person. Yes. And that's where off the wall resonates with me because of the smooth groove, the laid back vibe,
Right.
just it's just how the music was compiled together that just flows. And that's
Absolutely.
why I love off the wall because I mean each groove just complements one another. And
Exactly.
and the reason I love I Can't Help It is because it's just that and then just that smooth groove that just comes in, and then the lyrics, he just compliments it, chef's kiss, and
Yes,
I
yes.
love it, and I mean, I've got so many versions of it, jazz versions of it, from
Oh, they
Mesa
even
to
jazzy it up
Willtown.
a little bit more? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so many different versions, Jazz Me a Whore who covers it. So
Oh,
when I say I
wow.
love this song, I love
Mm.
this song because
Yeah,
it's just a smooth groove.
yeah.
And
He was really in
yeah,
the pocket on that one. This the
yeah,
way he rolled above those notes and some of the
yeah,
beats, you know. Yeah, Michael,
yeah,
and again, looking at that body of work for Off the Wall, really, honestly,
yeah,
you think about dissecting all of those songs, the way his cadence was on some of those tracks, the way
yeah,
placement of sounds on top of the sounds, even the sounds that he was making, with
yeah,
his signature, just trying to develop that signature, sound.
yes,
So I was like,
yes,
wow, this guy, just to know that he needed to place that there, the cat to me, Michael is like one of the all time artists that can say,
yeah.
ooh, the way he does that, and
Oh,
make it just,
Shimon.
yeah, this cat, boy, think about it, nobody else can do nothing like that. Man,
No,
Michael, when
no,
it comes to the
no.
ad libs, that brother is the
Yeah.
king of ad libs, man. He is
For
the
real,
king.
and I mean, and then on top of that, to work with Quincy Jones,
Oh,
because I mean, let's
come
let
on,
you
man.
know, let's look at it from that perspective. Because I mean, Quincy Jones already had a plethora of
Oh,
works,
yeah.
from
Mhm.
jazz and movies and other things that he's done, and so to dip his feet in this realm with Michael, taking a chance with Michael, because let's be honest, we didn't know how that career would go. We
Right,
truly
right,
did not. We knew, his body of work with the Jackson 5. We
right,
knew that,
right.
and we knew that there was a spark there. We knew that Michael was the front man for Jackson 5. But we didn't know honestly what we were going to get from Michael. Was it going to be that same type of music that we hear with the Jackson 5, or was it gonna be something different? And I think that's what Quincy brought out of him too.
Exactly. Quincy brought that out, and you can actually see throughout the little smaller Jackson, Michael, as he was growing up, he really wanted to do his thing, and he
Yeah.
fed off of the energy, from his brothers and things like that. As being,
Mhm.
not the same mundane stuff, in and out here doing
Yeah.
the same 5 songs. Michael was not going to be that artist that you're going to be
Nah,
able to pigeonhole and just trap him
nah.
into this thing and say, "Hey, this is what you're going to do." Because, and I'm glad you brought that up. By listening to his, catalog up until all week was Michael week for me in
Mhm.
my household. I had it spinning. So listening to his bodies of work, and I'm like, you really can't place a genre on Michael's music.
No,
He was everywhere. It was so crazy.
exactly.
He has one song that has blended maybe 6 or 7 daggone genres into one.
Yeah.
And the sound is like, what is this? And I
Mhm.
kept coming back to that revelation as I was listening to the bodies of his work. And I'm like, what kind of music was this guy on? You can literally feel every genre of music when you're listening
Yeah.
to a Michael piece. That
Yeah.
is unheard of for an artist to be able to accomplish something on that scale. And he was doing it
Exactly. I
way back
mean,
when,
he was doing it way back when, and I mean, and that's why he earned that title, the
Yes,
King of Pop.
you are
Because I mean,
absolutely
let's
right.
be honest, his music bridged the gap.
For
Because I mean, let's
everyone.
exactly. Because I mean, let's be honest. What musical artist besides Prince? Because I got to put it out there. Besides Prince,
Yeah.
has people fainting,
There's
crying?
none, DZ. There's no other artist that you can, to this date, that you can think of. And we can exclude the Beatles because of that invasion, because that was just a
Mhm.
small window.
Small
Michael give
window.
you generations of,
Yes.
you know, so again, long lasting, folks falling out when he's selling out arenas, can't do any
Yes.
smaller venues, no small
Mm-mm.
stadiums, and he's global.
No.
And he's global. Here, this is the fact. We
Globe.
gotta say global.
Yes. Global.
Global now. There's
Mhm.
not hasn't been another cultural artist on that scale ever. And I don't think we will ever see that ever again. You know what I'm saying? In our lifetime. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. I'm sorry.
From that perspective, I mean, I get you. I get you. I mean, because honestly, the only one that, if we look at today's artists, the only one that comes close is Beyonce, because she is selling out arenas. She's, making the music that people worldwide are gravitating to. Now, does she have people passing out and crying? No, she does not have that. She does not
No.
have that title.
No. Beyonce
But
doesn't.
but let
And
me
I just
tell
can't
you.
see it. I won't be able to see it. When you
Mhm.
look at Michael, you have grown men crying at his concert. Beyonce, I don't think she's gonna have grown men crying at her
Now
concert.
she just got grown men dancing and twerking. That's what she got.
Right.
That's
But
what she
she's gonna
got.
have them
But
crying. I don't think
nah.
that she's gonna see that. Again, Michael, he Michael, we've never seen anything, a cultural phenomenon like Michael.
Nah. No,
We've
I mean,
never gonna see
and
that
you're
again.
right. I mean, from that perspective, I mean, you are absolutely right. I mean, you are absolutely right, because I don't know what it is about Michael. I don't know if it was just being in that vicinity. You're holding your breath. I don't know. I don't know. But seeing old footage and the concert footage, and just seeing people in tears. I mean, and to your
Yes.
point, seeing grown men, grown
Men
women just in tears,
balling.
like they done touched
Now,
heaven.
cuz
I mean,
exactly.
that's just,
You're
so
not gonna see that. You're not gonna see that.
I
Not
guess it's one
not
of those things you
now.
had to be there, but
Yeah, that's one of those things you had to be there. And I
but
guarantee you,
yeah,
but basically
yeah,
what I hope that this really sparks as more people go and attend and watch this film. I hope what
mhm,
this does is that it brings out those persons that are still alive and well today that can reflect or give us a glimpse into what they captured and felt attending one of these concerts in Belgium and
Mm.
wherever, Tokyo, wherever he was. I
Yeah.
wish they would say something and expound on that today just to kind of for us to get a glimpse into that fan and
Mhm.
that follow his entire career and just,
Yeah.
that avid fan. That's what I would like to hear their, thoughts on that whole matter. Just it would be phenomenal to see, and to
Yeah.
hear. Mhm.
I mean, I agree with you because I mean, for someone who possibly followed their career from, the Jackson 5 up into, that last album or even, to the albums that were released post, after his death. I mean, again, that is a large body of work and such a lasting career. Even now, because his music lives on today, and you have so many artists who emulate Michael Jackson. I mean, let's look at Chris
Right.
Brown, let's look at Usher.
Mhm.
There's another young man who, tries to dance and move like Michael Jackson as well. And so you have so many artists who follow that and want to be that. And that speaks volumes
Mhm.
because again, that lets you know that that artist did it right,
Right.
by putting in the
Mhm.
hard work and put a body of work out there that is lasting. You're
Exactly.
not going to see anyone following an artist who had a one-hit wonder.
No,
You're
not
just
like
not.
that. Not to that magnitude
You're
of
not.
exactly. I mean, it was almost to the point like when they again, we're not gonna give spoilers, but as they're going through the decades, or the eras that he had, when music was transcending from different aspects, each project literally was like a project. It was an entire phenomenon behind it. It was a
Mhm.
entire promotional almost like a movie compilation in itself, just
Mhm.
from, the behind the scenes footage of him, working in the studio as they're crafting, again, these projects, and they're taking it's from costuming and everything that he did with each project. You must say it and then, and like I said, I don't wanna give any spoilers, but
Mhm.
just being able I really do feel like him being with his brothers, whether he enjoyed that time, but he learned a lot from that, and that's
Mhm.
one thing that I did really appreciate him showing how he soaked in the knowledge when he was in the
Mhm.
presence of Barry Gordy, or when he was in the
Yeah.
presence of Quincy Jones, actually soaking in the knowledge, and they're showing him things, working boards and things like that. So it's like
Yeah.
this guy wanted to be the best, and it
He did.
showed. He immersed himself in everything around this music,
Mhm.
and it was so crazy because this music, I felt like the music doing watching this movie allowed me to hear his music even better. It
Yeah.
allowed for me to reflect, just similar to what you said a while back in the episode here about being able to listen to this music in those theaters because we saw it in IMAX. And so the submersiveness of sound, sight and sound
Mhm.
really made me appreciate the Off the Wall project or the
Yeah.
Thriller project or, just going back and just looking at the different eras. It was
Mhm.
like, come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. You don't just hear this in music today. And a lot of
Mhm.
his music was futuristic.
Yeah.
It's music that
Ahead of its
is
time.
timeless. Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
have a
mean,
age or genre or
yeah.
nothing.
No. Because I
Ageless
mean,
music.
because let's look at Thriller. Let's look at just the song Thriller.
Exactly.
The video. That was something that was never done before. I mean, to take
Right.
a music video because, during that time music videos were still something new
Mhm.
and people, just having fun with them. So, Michael took the premise of his love for movies
Mhm.
and bringing it to life in a
Right.
music
And a
video.
music video.
And
Unheard of.
exactly, and to have a music video, how long was Thriller? I don't even know how long
Well,
Thriller was.
Thriller would might have been 15, 17 minutes long,
Uh,
uh, uh, but long enough.
Basically, if
A
you
minute
think
movie.
about it, a 30-minute episode
Oh,
because if you add commercials,
right, exactly. That would fill up the gap, and there's a
that
30-minute
would fill up
episode.
the gap. So, I
Exactly.
mean,
So
so to
Michael was
take
making micro dramas back then. Come on, let that
exactly.
sink in. Michael was
Yes.
doing micro dramas in that era.
Yes.
Come on, he
And
was
so,
so
I
ahead of his time.
mean, so to do what he did with Thriller and to still be one of the best music videos of all time.
Time,
Of all time. I mean, because
right?
think about it. I mean, I remember till this day, I will never forget when I saw Thriller. And it's one of those things that you know, when you see something so epic that you never forget where you
Never
are.
forget where you are, where you did.
I remember seeing it, and we talked about it once before. Friday night videos.
There you go.
A kid
Listen, when they
watching Friday
premiered
night
this,
videos and
what
premiering it. And seeing
special
that movie, and I
presentation?
love scary movies even then. So my butt face
You was
from,
in it.
all up in the screen, and I'm doing the thing too. I'm like, I don't know
Everybody you talk to said they know that entire set from beginning to end. Everybody knows
Look,
that dance from beginning to end.
I know the
Dude,
routine too. So
I
I
was
mean,
glued to that television. I remember. I'm telling you, my mom's like, we're about to witness history. She
yes,
said that. Popcorn in hand. All of us in front of the television. So you remember like clockwork. There's no other artist that's doing special presentations, special premieres, or they video the way that he did. He really
exactly.
believes sight and sound goes together.
Yes, yes.
The man was
And I
cooking.
mean, and that was Thriller. And I mean, and even fast forward. I mean, even Remember the Time.
Oh yeah,
I mean, even that
special
was a
presentation.
production. I mean,
Yeah,
bringing Iman in and bringing, Eddie
yeah.
Murphy in
Eddie
and Magic
Murphy and Magic
Johnson.
Johnson. And
So
just
I
it
mean,
was
even
star-studded
that
cast.
was a production. It
Star-studded
was.
cast. Shouts
And
out
to
to Big L.
have the
Big L
CG
was in that
footage
cast
that
too.
he had into it, I
Yeah,
mean, the man was masterful in his thought process of what he wanted to bring to life.
yeah,
And that's honestly that creative mind that made him into what he was,
yeah.
the king of pop.
Absolutely, the king of pop.
Because he was an artist that thought outside of the box.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
it
why
showed.
his work will live on forever.
Exactly. And like I said, I don't see anyone matching that
Mhm.
tenacity in their bodies of work. Hopefully this will spark, that creative edge in these new era of music that we're leaning towards in. So and another thing about it is like what record makes you stop what you're doing every time it comes on when it comes to a Michael movie? Because again, that's how you know you got a catalog when you can't even think of a music, a song,
Mhm.
a track from this particular body of work because he got countless. You can just say all of it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, really.
All of
I mean, because I mean, as you've said, his music is not just R&B. His music is not
it.
just
No,
pop. It's not just it fits so many genres.
it's just
You
music.
know,
It's
it's
just
just
music.
music. And honestly, I mean, his music, if you really think about it, his music is just all of his emotions and all of his feelings, and that's what he portrayed, and that's what he put out there. I mean, it's really, really what we were blessed to be able to hear
Mm-hmm.
and what
Mm-hmm.
he gifted us.
Right.
Because I mean, if I look at it, I mean, from all of his body of works, there's always those favorites that you can pick and say, this is my favorite from this album. This is my favorite from this album. But at the end, you're gonna play the whole album.
You're gonna play that whole album regardless.
You're gonna play the
Exactly.
whole album.
Michael
So
has probably just press play and go albums.
yes, yes,
Dude probably has the most of any artist of all
yes,
time because
yes.
this cat literally he just is one constant party. one constant song, just
Yes.
press play and keep going throughout all of his albums. That is
Yes.
amazing that you can just say
Yes.
that.
Yes. I mean, even his later albums, like,
Yeah,
I didn't listen
Invincible.
to him like that. Invincible. Like, I didn't go out and buy it, but when I start listening to him, like, wait, where's that song coming from? I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember that one. And so I mean the man just, like, and then when you think he's done,
He's
boom, he
not.
came out with something else. Like,
Rock
I
your
don't even know
world.
where butterflies came from. I
Come
don't know what he was
on.
going through. I don't know what he did, but like
No,
that
no, no.
that one was a
Check.
bop.
That was a bop, but Heaven Can't Wait. Heaven Can't Wait. Oh my God.
Okay.
Where did he, what was he, Michael, was you in a relationship? Nobody knew? Because it was like he was in a bona fide relationship and he missed the hell out of this girl. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
even know. And then there was another song that came from Invincible too that I'm just like, I don't even know where that one came from. Brother man,
yeah,
what you doing? I,
Michael
that is a freaking bop. Like,
exactly.
what happened? Why am
This
I late to the
man,
party?
this man would
Because
draw you into these songs that he, I mean, and that's another thing. You got to really love music to really, and like I said, for
yeah,
me, the way he actually went into the recording studio to lay down any project, it was almost like he had to embody that particular song, the
yeah,
melody, in everything or in order to bring
yeah.
out the best over that mic, so
Yeah,
whew,
cause I mean, cause with
Andrew
the
is very detailed.
Invincible, I mean, that one came out in 2001. I
Yes.
mean, and
Yes.
and honestly, I consider this album to be a sleeper. I
Oh
really
yeah,
do.
this was. Hmm.
Because the only one that really that song that came out with this one that got a lot of airplay was "You Rock My World."
Rock my world.
Because
Yeah.
this one
Hmm.
he kind of incorporated, his smooth criminal lean and things like that in the
Yeah.
video.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, but this was a real sleeper. You brought up Heaven Can Wait, Butterflies, but
Right.
You Are My Life. And then he talked about the children again with the lost children. Break
Hmm.
of Dawn, that's the other song I was thinking of.
Yeah, Break It
Break of
Dawn.
Dawn. That
Yeah,
was a bop too. Like I was
that
like, wait a
was
minute, where
exactly
am I? How did I miss this? So
right.
again, it was like, when you think Michael was done, he was like,
He
no, no,
came
no,
back and hit you
no.
with the 102. Yeah, because he came and hit
Hold
you
my
with the bop.
Kool-Aid water, whatever you're drinking.
Yeah. Mike, again, he kept proving to everybody, I'm true to this. I am
Yeah,
true to this. This is what I
yeah.
do. I am
Hmm.
entertainment. I am
Yes.
music. And so there's nothing that you guys can do to squash that. You know, as long as I can let this creativity come
Yep.
out, you guys will be blessed with this.
Yes.
And that's what I
Yes.
looked at it as. Again, we were blessed for the time that we were on this earth to be able to
Yes.
witness something, this great phenomenon, because this guy was completely amazing. I mean, the things
Yes.
that Michael was able to bring to the table, like you said, from the creative standpoint of bridging
Hmm.
video, sight with sound, and just
Hmm.
clearly just, I mean, he really could have been a, great director or producer, movie producer,
Yeah.
film producer, because the way his mind, his creativity, just, when he came up with these songs, and again,
Hmm.
he's the cat that can say,
Exactly.
is going to be my tagline, and everybody's going to be, I'm going to place it in songs, and everybody's going to be singing it, and they're going to be like, wow, what was that?
Exactly. He is the only man that can say he, and we ain't gonna laugh at
And we ain't gonna laugh at it. Right, exactly. It's like, where it came from?
um, oh, mama say, mama sa, mama sa. We don't even
Right.
know what it means, but hey,
We gonna
we gonna
say it
sing
on
it
the
right
side of
along with
Michael's
you.
house. That's what we gonna say. That's what that is. We gonna say it on the side of Michael's house. That's what he was saying. We gonna say it on the side of Michael's
Okay, we
house. That's exactly what he was saying. I'm telling you. That just seemed like it fit. It just say 150. I don't know. Again, what was he thinking about when he's laying out these tracks and what was going to go here and there? I would have loved to have been in the studio with this man as
I
he's
know.
preparing to lay down a project, because I guarantee you, he probably had engineers come from miles around. Let y'all about to do that Mike project. Hold on, let me sit in on this one because I know it's about to
Okay?
be epic.
To
Folks
be
probably
on a
learn
fly
so
on the
much.
wall.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, because think about it. I mean, if you watch, for anyone who may have watched the We Are the World documentary,
Oh yes.
you know, Kenny Loggins said it best.
Yeah.
I don't know what this song about, but when I heard Michael Jackson was a part of it,
I need to
sign
be
me
here.
up.
I be here. That was Kenny Loggins. He didn't need nothing else. He didn't need to know nothing else about the project. He know what kind of genre they was doing. He just knew Michael was there. He's like, okay, yeah,
That
enough
was a
said.
part of it.
Say less, baby.
That's all I need to know.
I'm gonna be there. What time we record?
All night? Okay.
All right. I can do that.
I'm good. Michael's
I'm
there.
good.
I signed me up. So I mean
Perfect.
that just says it right there. The type of star power that this man held. Because if you've watched the documentary, you knew they were recording right after the Grammys.
That's right.
And they recorded into the next day.
Into the next day.
People participated in this. Why? Because Michael Jackson was a part
Michael
of it.
Jackson was a part of it, and everybody
And if
wanted to
Michael
touch
Jackson is a part of it,
we already know it's gonna be big. I already know this is the retirement fund. This is all the kids going to college off of this shit.
royalties.
I'm royalties. The yin yang on this here. Yeah, you'd be a fool if you was in the music industry and walked away from that night.
Exactly. So again, that we were blessed.
Yes.
Blessed. When I say we were blessed, to be a part of seeing this man grow on stage. From however long you followed his career, if it's from the very beginning of the Jackson 5,
Mm-hmm.
we were all blessed, and put aside the allegations and everything that followed him. We'll save that for a whole totally different episode.
Yeah, we just celebrating him today.
But to celebrate the music, that's something that you can't deny.
Oh, definitely.
This is a
Definitely.
talented man who is gone too soon, but has
Very much
left
so.
a body of work that will last a lifetime.
Of time. Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Guys, if you enjoyed this conversation, and we want to keep the conversation going. So what is your
Yes.
best era? Please share in the comments. Listen, we're on all social media handles. Follow us on all the socials, and you can watch the full length conversation here on YouTube. New episodes drop every Tuesday. So please like, share, follow, and subscribe. And until the next time, guys, protect your peace and keep the faith. Peace.